Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Millie on there. We back with another video. Today we got why Bobby Altough podcast fell so quickly. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, this girl Bobby, she's the one who had a podcast with Drake, Lil Yachty. Who else she had a podcast with? She had a podcast with other influencers and other rappers and other superstars around the world. And her thing was that she was very awkward. Like, she was a very awkward girl to talk to, and I think that's just her personality, or like that's the character that she puts out there. But according to Sunny B2, her podcast has fell so quickly, and I honestly want to know why. So let's not waste no more time. Let's get into it. Come on.
Bobby Altough's Really Good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with
Mark
unique
Cuban,
celebrity interviews. However, in just a year and a half...
Hold on. Let me make sure. Volume, like, one right here. And then make sure the quantity. Yeah, quantity is good. Yeah, we go. Alright.
Her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than she did.
Damn, they called her industry plant.
In 2021, making dry, sarcastic content on the topic of being a mother. She'd make only 26 videos before beginning the Really Good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views. The style was an instant success. This entire interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it. The snippets from her next episode went equally viral.
The clips did really, really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay, I guess I have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything. Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views.
Damn.
Without a single hate comment anywhere in sight. It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight. This was special. This is hilarious.
What happened, though?
Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor. People loved the honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My
That's a
video
nice
with
one.
Marco went very
Yes.
viral.
Yeah.
Like, very viral. Then Drake liked one of the videos I had uploaded, and he followed me.
Bobby therefore tried to get him on.
I'm gonna shoot my shot to Drake. So I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he just was
He said,
game right
yeah,
away.
he was ready to do it.
Landing Drake as her fourth.
Yeah, like, come on. It's Drake. Like, come on. You get a podcast with Drake, that's gonna do numbers. That really put her out there for the rest of the industry. Like, this podcast, this is how I met Bobby. I never met Bobby, but I've heard about Bobby through this podcast. Like, that put her on the map. So obviously, it did hella numbers.
Ever podcast guest. From an entertainment standpoint, the episode was basically perfect. Not only had she landed Drake, who never does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm next to Champagne Poppy, because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million.
Whoa, what you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing.
Views in only 2 weeks and added 700,000 subscribers to Bobby's total count.
Damn.
However, as summarized by a tweet reading, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away, Bobby's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation. During the podcast, Bobby had asked,
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
and when Drake said that Bobby should get with his friend, she seemed kind of
What
interested.
the hell?
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog Smigs.
Smigs?
Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
Is he well known, or are you just a friend of yours?
Drake, out of all the friends you got, you try to put her on with Smiley? Bro, oh my god. Bro, Drake has a lot of friends, dog. Smiley? Man, I don't know if that's. I don't know who's had a bad look on. Is that a bad look on Bobby, or is that a bad look on Drake for trying to put her on with Smiley? That shit is crazy.
The funny Marco interview
I haven't heard
had
of Smiley in a
similar
while.
interaction,
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
with Bobby stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after she recorded.
Yeah, I heard of this. I did hear about this. I read it also about this. This is crazy. Like, when I first heard of Bobby, I did not know she had a husband. I should have done my research. I should have done better research on that. But, man, you know, can you really blame the husband for doing that? Like, who really wants to see their wife flirt with anybody in a podcast? And millions of people are watching it. Like, who would really want to see that?
The podcast with Drake. To make matters worse, Bobby also admitted
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
You missed your daughter's.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fuck. I dropped my headset. Fuck. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Bro, this shit is diabolical. You mean to tell me you flew from your home knowing that it's gonna be your daughter's birthday, first birthday? Like, a lot of parents would say the most important birthday. You know what I'm saying? You left your husband and your daughter, and on your daughter's first birthday to go be in bed to shoot a podcast with Drake. That shit is crazy, man. Like, once again, if you don't mind me asking, do you blame the husband? Do you really blame the husband? Because, man, I did not know this, bro. That shit is crazy.
To be here.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Oh my God, Drake literally, like, how do you not feel bad after that? How do you not just stop the podcast, end it, and like, man, I gotta go back home? Like, Drake just told you right there, that's horrible parenting. Who does that? Who does that? Come on.
showing she was kind of ditching her family for social media fame.
Is it kind of strange to anyone else that this woman who is married with children is constantly asking during these interviews with these rappers if basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her if they like her?
She'd confirmed
That's
the divorce
crazy.
in a TikTok post, with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things in life. On Reddit, people stated, she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help. Did Bobby Althoff cheat with Drake quickly
Damn.
became a mainstream narrative. Suggesting a conspiracy was when Bobby deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobby both unfollowing each other on Instagram.
That's crazy,
Dave
bro.
Portnoy from Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. Bobby replied, I'm not commenting publicly, but off the record, you're right, that is not true.
Oh, I was about
She
to
shared
say.
the text to her story, adding, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I, although despite denying the rumors, the narrative was set. Bobby Althoff left her husband to thot around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me? Because there's just a person.
Golly, girl, how thirsty were you? Damn, girl. Come on. Come on, seriously, how thirsty were you? Come on. That is so disrespectful for the husband, man.
What does that mean?
Like, looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin, would you date them?
If she was like cool and like, you know.
The damage this did to Bobby's image could be seen on her husband's Instagram, with comments reading, sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame, after which everything Bobby did became some kind of drama. For example, she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people calling her ungrateful after she said this.
I walked into his
Nah, I
house and it
kinda
was
like
super awkward because, like,
those, though.
he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even, like, say hi to me. He's just sitting there with like his 2 assistants. And then he comes up, he's like, oh, hi, gives me like a half hug. And I'm just like, hi. Then goes back to his spot. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave. This is so awkward. I don't want to, like, what am I doing here?
Isn't, you know what? Maybe because that's not your character. Like, what? Like, read this shit. She wants to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Like, that's your character. An awkward girl. See, but some people just don't know if you're really awkward or if you're just putting the act. So Yachty probably just thought, man, you know what? She wouldn't mind. Or whatever. But come on. Come on.
She wants to make
Seriously.
awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Shaking my head. Gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens? People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated by her management company,
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobby's show.
Well, you got a great agent, and you got a great agency, and you got great guests.
Bobby simply trolled the claims, but there were other inconsistencies. For
Town Hall 17 in Clash of Clans is now available on both mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Unleash the power of Town Hall 17 on a larger PC screen and get 10% off in-game purchases.
example, she constantly claimed that she was broke
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
and told Mark Cuban this.
I don't have any money
None?
at all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further added in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now, so hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe sandals. She is not broke, she is broken.
That's
also
crazy,
noting
bro.
that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course. Eventually,
Damn.
Bobby also revealed that the
Making
podcast
bank.
wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobby necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting more of the magic that first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3 months later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobby Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment. Annoying ASF and not funny at all. I can't stand her, don't find her funny, and find it odd that rappers are always her targets to pick on like she's better than them. Gives me the ick.
That's
I watched a
crazy.
few of her interviews. I just don't find her funny or charismatic enough to pull off the shtick. I can see why she's popular though. This kind of awkward cringe humor is having a moment. Only 4 days after that Reddit thread, it was reviewed as the not so really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack
Damn.
direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk. The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking. Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me. Another person said that Bobby's podcast sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased, while even funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like, I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview with Offset, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned,
Like, damn, you got people that you interview in your podcast calling you out. You got the fans, and then you got people that you interview calling you out. Like, that's a bad mix. Like, that's bad rep. I don't understand why she did that. Like, come on. You got rappers, celebrities, billionaires coming out of their day to come and do a podcast with you. Now, I know it took your management, and, you know, it took some... Maybe it took a little business deal. Who knows? But still, like, come on. Come on. They're helping your channel grow. Like, why would you do that? Why would you, like, bash them? Why? I don't get it.
and she was plain disrespectful during her podcast with Offset, leading him to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish.
It seemed this was where many people quit watching Bobby's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. In the process, she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism bad enough for Bobby to respond.
I am so tired of all of the comments of people saying she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip. Okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with a Botox in my forehead, which
Damn.
that's fine, that's normal.
She
I
going
have
through
lines
it.
Here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much and I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which perhaps unfairly has only led to even more hate. Her 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobby. I'm
That's
so
crazy.
tired of Bobby. Get off the internet boring. The last couple of months, however, have been even worse. For starters, the style of the podcast has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining as it feels like any other normal podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were the same age. Now I feel really old.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're not really old.
This entire interview feels like they are making small talk while waiting for something. She'd also do an episode with Dax Flame in which she was way ruder than any other podcast.
What is something fun that makes interviewing someone fun for you?
Just having good conversation.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview.
Come on, bro. What? Bro, why? That was just, that ruined the whole vibe. Like, this guy looked like, I don't know the guy. I've never heard of the guy. Dax Flame, I'm sorry I haven't heard from you, but he just seemed genuine, man. He seemed genuinely asking a question. Why do you have to shit on him? Why? This is supposed to be your guest. You're a host. He's a guest. What the hell? I don't get it.
I couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like bullying the nice kid and making him feel horrible.
Okay, so based on this comment, he seemed like a nice guy. Like, he was genuinely there to do. It seemed like he was genuinely there for, like it says, for an interview. Like, he was there for an interview.
In any way.
was
Then
getting
2 months
bullied, I
ago, she
guess.
did this video here, which, judging by the dislike ratio, was yet another
Damn,
doozy.
that's
And then
crazy.
I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual. Toward the start of her career, Bobby joked, not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world, but it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong
You want
journey to
money.
get money. I love
money's nice.
It's amazing.
Ever since doing the interview, Bobby's viewership has significantly slowed. Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
Let Ashley help. Shut your ass up, man. Damn, yeah. That's crazy, man. Just any podcaster out there, like, come on, just, be respectful to your host. Don't shit on them, especially after you did an interview with them. Like, it's crazy. What do y'all think? Y'all think she's deserving of the fall off, or did y'all even like her podcast at all? Have y'all ever seen her podcast? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Anyways, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And once again, I appreciate y'all getting me to 20 subscribers. We're on the road to 30 subscribers. Once again, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next time. See ya!